Well, we're back in the warehouse today. After the trip to the NTA, went and watched Hunter Golf, and I did a clip on this the other day. These are actually the beaver slides. I had said that I was going to do a clip when I'm getting these all ready. We're going to blow these out. These are going to be on special. Basically, we're just not going to carry all of these different SKUs anymore. It's just not needed. We have our one beaver slide. It's the 10-foot, 2 adjustable loop ends. It's got the fast mini cam on it, the 3/32 mini cam with the aggressive lock, where those beaver go down the wire cable. They're not coming back up. Not to say that these don't work. These work great too, but we're just not going to carry all the SKUs. We're going to carry one, and we're not going to offer 5, 6 different SKUs. With that, you're actually going to get the chance to get these at pretty good low prices, basically at the cost, once you figure in the price of the materials and the labor to actually make them. What we have is the 5-foot in the 3/32. We also have the 1/8 in the 5-foot, and we also have the 3/32 8-foot and the 1/8 in the 8-foot. And whether you want the 3/32 or the 1/8, these are all going to be on special. I thought about putting them on the website, giving codes. We're just not going to do that. We're going to have a specials link, which is going to be the drop down menu. Go over to the right, specials, and all this stuff, as well as what I show you later with the snares, are going to be on that link. And the pricing on these beaver slides, the 5-foot slides themselves, 3/32 are going to be $15 a dozen, and the 1/8 are going to be $17 a dozen. If you want the bigger 8-foot ones, the 3/32 are going to be $20, and the 1/8 are going to be $22. That's pretty much the absolute cost. We're basically going to blow them out at that price. And you can buy as many as you want. They're really good. They're well made. This is the 5-foot, as I said, 3/32, and all of these, whether they're the 3/32 or the 1/8, the 5-foot or the 8-foot, they're all going to come with double adjustable loop ends, so you can have that for your attaching, and they're going to have a lock on them that basically, if you see, you attach the trap, they go down, and they can't come back up. We've got the 5-foot in the 3/32, we got the 5-foot in the 1/8, and we also have the 8-foot, as I said, in the 3/32, and the 8-foot in the 1/8. And as I said, the pricing is there for you to get a really good deal. $15 a dozen on the 5-foot 3/32, $17 a dozen on the 1/8 cable, and then if you wanted the longer ones, which are 8-foot, you can also get those at $20 and $22 respectively. But once these are gone, they're gone. We will not be making any more unless it's a special order. If somebody did want a special order, we do have a minimum of 25 dozen on a special order, and we would make them for you and give you a price on that. But these are going to be on special. Once they're gone, they're gone. I'll tell you exactly what numbers I have. I have 43 of the 3/32 8-foot. I have 17 of the 1/8 in the 8-foot. I have 62 in the 3/32 5-foot, and I have 24 in the 1/8 5-foot. So once those are gone, they're gone, unless, like I said, you want a special order. But that's going to be on the website. $15, $17, $20, and $22. And you will not find anybody selling them any cheaper than that, because that is literally the cost of manufacturing plus the materials. So if you're looking for a good slide, whether it be the 1/8 like these, and you can see the difference in the 1/8. If you've never used 1/8 and you've always used 3/32, the 1/8 is a much heavier duty, as you are aware, but it's pretty much the same unit. Double adjustable loop end for the easy attachments, and the lock, which will go down and not come back up. So if you need a good beaver slide, you can go on our website, check out the special, and that is going to do it for those. I'm going to go get the snares, come back, and show you how each one of those works with the difference in the locks and things, and we will move forward from there. But if you do need some beaver slides, as I said, get on North American Trapper, check out the specials, and all of these will be listed. The brand is so much bigger than myself or anybody involved with what we're doing. It's the tradition of, you know, it's that woodsmanship that these kids and even adults can learn just by being out there. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get people involved, trying to get people to feel that. And every time you go out there with them, you're experiencing that outdoors through them. You know, we're showing the simplicity of things, and we're trying to debunk a lot of those myths that you know, maybe scares people away from doing it at times, thinking that, oh, it's just too hard, there's too much into it. No, it's pretty easy, and we're going to show you how easy it is, and you're going to be able to go out and do it.
Get started trapping those problem animals and nest raiders today. Become the steward of your own land or lease. Visit NorthAmericanTrapper.com.
Well, here we have all the snares that will also be on the specials link, and this right here is the North Dakota. Basically, it's a versatile snare. It's the North Dakota specifications, basically. It's got a low pro lock. It's got a breakaway device. It's also got a loop stop right here, which you can see these are preset. They're gonna fire good. Poly collar with a 9-gauge N-gauge swivel. But this is the North Dakota standard, or basically a versatile snare. So if it's legal in your area, this is gonna work for you for, this can work for you for anything. Fox, coyote, bobcat, raccoon. It's a really good snare if you're raccoon, fox in that range, coyote, about right there. Bobcat would be a little less, maybe about right there, but these are gonna hang for you, and they're gonna be very versatile for you when you're out in the field. But these will be on the website, and normally these are in the mid 30, high 30 range for a dozen. These are gonna be 20 bucks a dozen, and you can buy as many as you want at 20 bucks a dozen. So we're gonna price them to move, and if you have any interest in them, they will be on our special link on the website, and that's the North Dakota Versatile, which is a really good versatile snare that's gonna work for you. Move across here. This is the small Coyote, the 4-foot, as I said. The normal Coyote snare is gonna be 84 inches long. This is the smaller version. This would be something where you could attach an extension. You could wire this off to a fence post, whatever, but it's got heavy 9-gauge swivel, poly collar, and it's got the 3/32 mini cam here with an adjustable deer stop. But you're seeing right there, that's about the size of the loop. These are made for those situations where you don't want a lot of extra cable. These work just as good. They're the same exact thing as the regular Coyote. They're just 3 feet smaller, which allows you to do whatever you want without having all that excess cable. But these are all preloaded, as you can see. Make a good loop. Coyote hits it, he's done. With a very good 3/32 mini cam lock. But these will also be on the website. Same thing. These normally are in the high 30s range on pricing. These are also going to be $20 a dozen. That's literally the cost of the product and the manufacturing. So if you want some, you definitely want to take advantage of that. And that was the Coyote. Now these are the Smoothie lock, which is a discontinued lock. It just goes back to my thought processes where you just don't need all of the different things to be successful. It's kind of that old Johnny Thorpe saying, keep it simple, stupid. This is a smoothie lock. As you can see, it's a different lock. It works, don't get me wrong. It's a lock that'll allow you to catch animals and handle them, but it's got a adjustable deer stop. The smoothie lock, you can see right there, it's perfect oval, perfect circle, preloaded, animal hits it, it's off. Now that is a relaxing lock. That's not gonna stay down there, that will relax. So if you need something of that nature, these are a great snare as well. They're gonna be listed on the special. These normally are in that mid 30 range. The smoothie snares, smoothie lock snares, are gonna be $18 for a dozen. So basically I'm probably losing money on that pricing structure because the amount of time it takes to put these together. My employees work diligently and put out a really good product, but the smoothie lock ones will be 18 a dozen. This is the 350. I think we had 4 boxes of those over there, so we got about 40 dozen of these. We will not be making these unless it is a special order with a 25 dozen minimum. This is the 350 pound breakaway device cable restraint. It's a straight cable restraint, same as all of our other ones. It's got deer stop, your ADC washer lock. It's got a loop stop with the 350 breakaway device right here, and a 9-gauge end swivel. As you can see, preloaded. Boom, it's off. These are fantastic. They're normally going to be in that higher range as well. These are 20 bucks a dozen, and you can have one or you can have them all. You are going to get these for 20 a dozen. As I said, there's no codes on this. It's all going to be just priced accordingly on the specials page. So that is the 350 cable restraint. This one here is the 1x19 5/64 mini torque. For all you guys that use the mini torque or want something that's going to shut that animal down quickly. As I said, this is the mini torque, which is very, I don't know how we wrap these. They're all discombobulated, but we'll get it here. The mini torque is something that is going to shut that animal down. Here, as I said, the 5/64 1x19 mini torque, engaged swivel, poly collar, but you can see the mini torque spring with the cam lock there, 5/64 cam lock with the mini torque spring. And what happens is, you can see the preloaded perfect circle. When that animal hits and comes down and pulls, that spring will not allow that animal to come up, and it makes it tighter and it shuts them down very quickly. This is not legal in all states. Make sure you check your specifications in your game laws books. These are a fantastic snare that's going to shut that animal down with that mini torque spring and that mini cam lock as well. But if you are allowed to use these out west, a lot of places, these will just boom, shut that animal down quick, and you go in and they're waiting for you. But this is the mini torque 1x19. These are usually in the mid 40s on pricing because they are so efficient and the different parts that are on them. But these are going to be $22 a dozen. Basically, as I said, with everything else, basically at cost. So if you're looking for quality stuff, this would be the time, obviously, to take advantage of it, because you can't find them this inexpensive I don't even know if you can make them yourself, depending on how you value your time, if you can make them yourself at that price. So $22 a dozen on the 1x19 5/64 mini torque, and you will not be disappointed with these. These are a fantastic snare, and as I said, if they're legal in your area, jump on that. We don't have many of those, and the numbers will be on the website. Once they're gone, they're gone. This is, when I was doing the video the other day, this is the cable restraint from Missouri. This is Missouri's standard cable restraint. It is legal in other states as well, but it's specific to the Missouri scale. And what you have is a low pro lock with a breakaway device, a loop stop or a deer stop. You also have the loop stop with the poly collar, as you can see, preloaded. Boom, animal hits it, and you have the 9-gauge end swivel. But these are all ready to go, especially if you're in Missouri. These are specific to your state's regulations, and obviously these are legal in a lot of places because it does call for so much of the equipment on them, whether it's the deer stop or loop stop, all those different things. But these are a fantastic snare, and these also will be in the special area. We still sell these on the website. I mentioned the other day that when I saw them, I'm like, we'll give 20% off. So if you do need some Missouri snares and Missouri legal, we're gonna give you 20% off, and that will be on the specials link as well. But that's what we're looking to get rid of, clean out some room here, open up some space, but also give you some deals in the process, whether it's the Missouri, the mini torque 1x19, the 350 cable restraint, the smoothie lock, the shorter Coyote, or the North Dakota, as well as the beaver slides. They will all be on the specials link, and we'll also throw up a couple other items, whether it's our knives or possibly a couple baits or lures. We'll throw them on special too. But go to the link on the website and we'll do that. Now that that's done, I'm gonna go back and try and get my beaver bait ready to be bottled, the bait pile. We showed that the other day, and today we're gonna go in and hopefully mix it all together and pass my litmus test for the field and going in a bottle. Well, we're mixing this beaver bait pile, and boy, it's really, yeah, that's got a good smell with that beaver tail oil that we've said before. And actually, you can see here, get this over here, you can see how this beaver tail oil just gets in there and marinates right into it. But this is well, you can smell that, that's good. But that is exactly what we want for the bait. That smell, that smell that just ruminates like a bait pile in nature. This stuff, I used it last fall. We didn't have the beaver tail oil. We're actually doing the beaver tail oil ourselves. It takes a while. You gotta have some beaver tails, and then you gotta let them rot and do their thing to create the oil. But that stuff just has a different smell, and it just blends so well with the other ingredients that we have in here, and it is just something that will work for you in almost all of those situations, whether it's a dirt hole or a cubby or, you know, a trench set. This is going to attract all the critters. It's going to attract, now when I say all the critters, you're going to catch possums, skunks, coons. You're going to catch everything with this. I had somebody ask me at the NTA this year, you know, I want a bait that I don't catch coons and possums and stuff on. I'm like, yeah, we just don't make anything like that. You know, I don't know of any that are specific that much down to a T that you can put in the ground and keep a possum or a coon from working it, because the same things that are attractive to the coyote and the same things that are attractive to the fox and the bobcat are also attractive to all those other critters. But when it comes to attraction, you know, there's different things that are going to work for you. You can have gland based, territorial based, food based, which obviously this is, but all in all, with what I do and what I try and show everybody out there is, don't make it harder than what it is. Put your set in the ground, have faith that it's going to work for you, and then just leave it alone, and it's going to work for you, especially if you have a good bait or a lure or something there. And that's why I'm in here creating this. Yes, it's my living and I enjoy it, but I want to see everybody out there have success. And as I've said many times, I will never sit here and say that you need this bait or the mountain man or whatever to catch animals. There's a lot of good baits and stuff on the market, and I'll never sit and say this is the best, you have to use this. No, that's not true, but I can guarantee you it's just as good as anything out there. And I have faith when I put a trap in the ground, whether I have Mountain Man or Madness Lure or Coyote Plus or a new Thunder Call or the bait pile or whatever, when I put a set in the ground and I put one of our baits or lures, I'm pretty sure that we're going to get an opportunity at animals, because I know what it, you know, takes to put this stuff together, and I know what's in it, and we show you what's in it. That's the one thing we do. We show you exactly what we're doing. If you want to do it yourself, we commend you for that. There's absolutely, I've said it, I think I said it when I was making the Mountain Man, and I don't remember if it's verbatim like this, but man, my mind's, I got my ADD kicking. I just can't not smell that. That's just fantastic to go on the ground. But I think I said it when I was doing the Mountain Man. I can tell you that there's no better feeling in the world to me than catching that critter on something that you made and you concocted. And whether it's tying your own fly and catching a trout, or whether it's, you know, making your own bait and catching a coyote or whatever, that's great. It's a great feeling. Now, it's messy, and for the work and effort that you put into it, you deserve to catch that animal, but it's really a cool process. And with this is good to go. That is good to go, and I'm pretty sure this one's good to go. Sometimes I maybe go a little heavy on the beaver oil. You know, and I see people selling that. I mean, that stuff's, I think the cheapest you can find is a couple $100 a gallon. You know, there's a real value to that. And sometimes though, when I'm making this, I'll smell it. And if I don't smell that hint of beaver oil, I put more beaver oil in it. I want this thing smelling like rendered beaver tails. And that's what we're going for as far as the consistency of this. And that's why I'm the only one that makes the baits. You'll see girls and stuff and people here putting the baits and stuff in the bottles, but they will not make it. I'm the only one that makes any bait. It doesn't matter what it is across the board. Whether it's the bait pile, mountain man, coon buster, I'm the only one that makes the bait or lure. So I know that the consistency of what you're getting is there. I want it to be consistent to where when you pop the lid on that bait or lure, it's the same as it was last time you got it. Same as it was last time you caught coyotes. Same as it was last time you caught bobcats. And that's paramount to me in my own mind, making sure that that's the case. And I've done this enough to, when I pull this out, I smell it. I know if it's where it needs to be or not. So when you pop the lid, you have something that's going in the ground that's going to be consistent and work for you. But we're good to go. Girls are coming back tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. They always get Wednesday off. They like that middle of the week, which is fine. Gives me a chance to come in here and do this stuff and kind of not have to worry about anything. But this stuff will be going in a bottle tomorrow. I'm sure when we're filming tomorrow, whatever I'm doing, we'll be showing them in here, putting this in a bottle. But this stuff's ready to go. The bait pile. The one thing I will say, when I was at the NTA, I, had the open bottle of the Mountain Man and an open bottle of the bait pile. And people were asking, which one's better? And it's a funny question because they both are great baits, and I wouldn't be afraid to put either one of them in the ground. The Mountain Man is a little more sweet, a sweeter, non-offensive smell. And the bait pile is a non-offensive smell also, but it really smells of that beaver tail oil. And people would ask the question, and I would be like, there's no difference. I mean, the bait pile or the Mountain Man going in the ground was gonna work for you in all situations. So there's not one that I think is better. The Mountain Man is more dear to me because it's the one that we first came out with, and I just wanted to add another option for people out there to change it up. There's nothing wrong with changing your baits up once in a while, especially if you miss an animal. They somehow will maybe associate that smell with danger, but all in all, either one of these are going to work for you in all those situations. And you can just see that's just ready to go. It's a fantastic bait with the beaver base, the beaver tail oil, the other essential oils which really accentuate it. And I can tell you that you are not going to be disappointed if you put this in the ground. You're going to get an opportunity to animals. And as always, I don't say it enough because I don't want to, it's like the movie Tommy Boy. People give you a guarantee because it's a piece of shit. And I'm not guaranteeing my baits and lures or anything that we manufacture, whether it be the bait pile, the Mountain Man, the Madness, the Johnny Thorpe stuff. I'm not guaranteeing it to give a false sense of security. I'm guaranteeing it because I know it's going to work. It works for me. It works for everybody that uses it. And that's why you have the guarantee. If you use our stuff, no matter what it is, and you don't like it, didn't work for you, you send back the empty bottle and we'll give you a full refund. And that's the best I can do other than make the set for you. But ultimately, these are ready to go. We'll be getting these in bottles tomorrow. 16-ounce pints. Be ready to go, and it doesn't get much fresher than this. So we definitely appreciate your business, and we will see you next time. The brand is so much bigger than myself or anybody involved with what we're doing. It's the tradition of, it's that woodsmanship that these kids and even adults can learn just by being out there. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get people involved, trying to get people to feel that. And every time you go out there with them, you're experiencing that outdoors through them. We're showing the simplicity of things, and we're trying to debunk a lot of those myths that maybe scares people away from doing it at times, thinking that, it's just too hard, there's too much into it. No, it's pretty easy, and we're going to show you how easy it is, and you're going to be able to go out and do it.
Get started trapping those problem animals and nest raiders today. Become the steward of your own land or lease. Visit NorthAmericanTrapper.com.